Oh, good. Oh, sorry. Okay, put your hands down. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Unfortunately, we have gifts only for children today. Yeah. So what's going to happen actually? You have brought a gift, and actually, what you are going to do, actually, you are going to give your gift to someone else. That's a great thing to do, right? To bring a gift, and then you give your gift to someone else. Because during Christmas time, we like to train our mind to give, to share. So you are going to give your gift to someone else. Are you okay to give your gift to someone else?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. And don't worry, because you are also going to get a gift from someone else. Because the someone else, the others are also going to give their gift to someone else. So we are going to do a gift exchange program. So these are the gifts that we have brought here, right? So okay, so can I have a volunteer who would like to come first and then exchange their gift? Okay, Eva, come, Ella, come here. So come. What is your gift? So can you reveal this one? Oh, good. Okay, to whom? Yeah, okay, yeah, this is one. Yeah. So you are going to give this gift. This one, yeah, yeah. So you are going to give this gift to someone else. Okay, can you select someone that you like to give this gift? Hmm? Do you like to give this? Yeah. Oh, good. Yes, yeah, come. Come. Now you come. You select your gift. Yeah. Okay. So you give that to her. Okay. Wait. Now Raya is going to give her gift to Ella. Okay. So when you give the gift, actually, we have a tradition. Usually, when we give a gift, we want to use our both hands. Okay. So we use your both hand, and then we go in front of the person, and we hand over, and we bow a little bit. Okay. You know how to bow? Yeah, that is how we want to give a gift. Okay. Okay. Let's go and give this gift to Ella. Yeah. Who will come next? Okay, comes in there. Select the gift. Okay, you stay here, and you can. Whom do you like to give your gift? No, you can show. No, you come here. He will come here. You can just point them out so they come. Okay, so remember how you give a gift? You use your both hand, and you hand over, and then you make a bow. It'll just a bow. Okay. Okay, very good. Okay, stay here. So now, Madhusha, you can keep your gift, and then you come here, and you. Where's so where's your gift? It's from there, right? So select the best one. Okay. Okay. Remember, use your both hands and make a little bow. Good. Very good. Yes, very good. That's your gift. Okay. Okay. Now, who will be the next? Okay, come, Maitri. Yeah. Where's your gift? Oh, this one. Okay, come here. So, to whom you like to give this gift? Can you show me so I can ask them to come? To this, Akita. Okay, Akita. Okay, so use your both hands. Okay, hand over. Yes. Make a bow. Yes. Yes. You can stay, and he will come, and he will select his gift. This one, right? Very good. Very good. Okay, we have a few more left. Who will be the next? Come. Come, Isis. This is your gift. To whom you like to give this gift? To? This one? Kisanya. Yes, come. Okay, use your both hands. Use your both hands. Okay, make a bow. Very good. So you can come, Kisanya. So select your gift. That's your gift. Wow. Okay. So now you can give to her. Use your both hands. Make a bow. Very good. So who else? Okay, now Mahiro and then. Okay. Yesara. Yes, Yesara, come. Right? Yes. Yesara, you have a gift. Come. Very good. Come. Okay, so you have a gift, Yesara. Oh, very good. Very good. You give a gift to him. So this is your gift, right? Yeah. Use your both hands. Oh, you have more gift. Okay, thank you. Okay, everyone is covered, right? Thank you. Okay. So now, yeah, now I think we take now very quickly. So now you have a lot of new gifts, right? So you want to have a nice photo with your gifts. Okay? Yeah. Oh, that's for whom? Everybody? Okay. So you like to hand over the gift to others?
I'll help.
Okay. So go around and yeah.
I get ready to get green.
Okay, but you have to give with both hands. You have to give your both with both hands. So I thought you will give them to adults. Okay.
You can give them to adults, right?
Yeah, give him, yeah. Again. Okay, can you all come here for a while and we take a nice photo over here? Can everyone come and sit down with your gifts? Yeah. Sit down, look on this side. Sit down. There are some over there. You can give her later. Maybe better. Okay, sit down. Yeah. Look at the camera. Nice smile. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Okay, check with you. Yeah. Okay, look at the camera. Yes. Okay. Okay, now we can go back and we can sit down. Another curious one out.
You have a happy time. Yeah. So we become so happy when we get a gift, right? How about when you give a gift? So today you gave a gift and also you received a gift, right? So are you happy when you receive a gift or are you happy when you give a gift?
I get both.
Oh, you too, right? Yes. Both, right? Yeah. So if it is when you are happier, whether when you receive a gift, whether you when you give the gift, which one has the little bit more happiness? Getting or giving? Can you think about it right now? You just gave one, you use your both hand, you ask someone and you gave that, and you also got one. Both in both cases you are happy, right?
Yeah.
But which one a little bit big, a little bit more happy? Yeah. Giving. Mhm. Okay.
Giving.
Giving. Oh, such great kids, you know. Yeah. That's normal, not the kids, right? Yeah. We all love to receive that. Yeah, but we are so glad, you know, we are so glad that you know how to be happy when you give, you know. So we can be happy when we receive, we can also be happy when we give. Yeah. So we cannot control when we receive, but we can always give. That is something that we can do all the time, right? Because others will going to give us, so we don't know when they are going to give us. But if you want to be happy, sometime we can start giving, right? So then we can be happier. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about something similar to that. So our topic today is how to balance self-care and caring for others. We care for others, right? We care for others, but at the same time, we also have to care for ourselves. And how to balance this caring for oneself and caring for others. That's the topic that we are going to talk today. Okay? So, you may have to help me. So, with gifts, you know, in their hands, you know, not going to be easy. You know. Let's see. Yeah. So, I would like to give you maybe a few scenarios. I mean, this is actually not for you, but for adults, but you can also think about this, okay? And then you can also give me your answer, but of course, I'm going to ask them. The first scenario, on the off day, you were planning to go for shopping, to buy clothes for the winter. And then you got a call from one of your family members, or maybe your friend, that that person needs help to go to doctor's office. So she needed, or she or her, she or he needed a ride to go to meet the doctor because that person himself cannot drive. So you had the plan to go for shopping to buy new clothes, and then you got this call, and then you cancel your shopping plan, and you went and helped this person to go to the to meet the doctor. So that is an example that you have some plan for yourself, and then you got a request from someone else, and then you sacrifice your plan and you help that person. What do you think about that act? You cancel your shopping plan and you help your mom, maybe your friend, your family member go to meet the doctor. Good, yes, okay. Let me give another scenario. You had an appointment with the dentist to clean your teeth. Okay. Oh, have you cleaned your teeth before with the dentist? Have you visited a dentist?
I think I did.
Okay. Yeah. So you had an appointment to clean your teeth with the dentist, and then your friends invited you to go and watch a game. And they really insisted that you had to be part of their group to, cheer. And then you cancel the appointment, and then you join them. The second scenario. What do you think about that?
Self-care, self-care.
Nobody likes the dentist anyway.
Yeah, I don't like the dentist, but self-care first.
Because you have to be with your friends, otherwise they will, what your friends think about you, they'll be sad, and so you really want to care for your friends, you cancel your dentist appointment and you went to the game with them. So do you see a difference between the first scenario and the second scenario?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So recognizing that difference is going to help you to balance the self-care and caring for others. Let me give you a third scenario. You sign up for a meditation program. Okay. Okay. Then your best friend invited you to go with him or her to watch his or her favorite movie. She was waiting for this movie to come, and she needed a company, and he invited you to go with her or him. You didn't feel like saying no to your friend. So you cancel your sign up for the meditation program. You went with your friend to see the movie. Yes. Good or bad?
If your friend said, if you say no, your other friend is going to be sad.
Yes. That's the issue here. So whether you are going for a meditation program or whether you are going to watch the movie with your friend. So in this case, this friend canceled his meditation program and went to watch the movie with that friend. What do you think about that?
Bad idea.
Right. I think we. Huh?
It wasn't your favorite. It wasn't your favorite movie.
Movie, yes. Yeah.
If it's on YouTube, you can do both.
That would be a nice way to, yeah. Right. I think this is a new movie, so.
Why can't you just watch it later?
Exactly, right? Yeah, why you want to go with that person when you're having a meditation program, right? Yeah, those are the things that we have to decide. So these are the situations that actually we encounter every day. Every day, we get requests from others, from our own family members, from our friends, from workplace, maybe from monks, and so we receive those requests from others, and then we also have our own needs, our own priorities, and then how we balance these two, and also we have certain time to like spend the day, spend the week, spend the month, and then we have to think about dedicating those times to ourselves and also to others. So this is a kind of challenge that we face every day. How you decide whether you are going to take care of your own needs or whether you are going to help someone else to meet their needs. It's a big challenge that we meet all the time. So I think because one thing will be like we all are in some sense caregivers, or maybe in different sense. Of course, some people may be caregiving more than the others. They feel like mothers are like they are definitely caregivers. But but we somehow caring for some others, some group, someone all the time. But at the same time, we also have to think about our own well-being too. So I would say, if you think about like a spectrum, and some people would be on the one end of the spectrum, which is focusing only on one's needs and really fully focusing on only on one needs, and then one's priorities. That will be in one extreme of that spectrum or that range, and the other end would be focusing only on others' needs and others' priorities, and always sacrificing your needs, and try to like always be helpful, to please, to help others. Those will be like the two end of the extreme, and then but in between this extreme there are many positions, and one sweet position would be the middle point. Okay, so think about that, So the one extreme will be focusing only on one's needs, one's priorities, and the other one is focusing only on others' needs and other priorities who are connected to you. And then in this spectrum, where are you? Right? And the closer we are to the middle point, the more happier, more successful is our life. But it's not easy, to find that middle point. But I think our effort should be somehow strike that balance. Because, of course, I think I believe that people who are coming to Buddhist center more to the extreme of the other side, which is focusing more on others' needs and priorities. And there are also people who are actually focusing more on one's own needs and priorities. So, but my assumption is that many of the people who are coming to Buddhist center, right, Bhante, do you think so also? Mm-hmm. Many of the people are coming to Buddhist center in the other side, right? They may be focusing more on others' needs and priorities. So therefore, I thought maybe even our friends who are joining our YouTube, I mean, that's my feeling. I may be wrong, but I think I pretty much, quite sure that many of the people who are, who I have met, in this community who are actually focusing more on fulfilling others' needs and priorities. So I thought that maybe I should, focus more on actually how to balance that, how to like come close to the middle point. Right? There are a few challenges for us to come to that middle point. Because one way, actually, we think that, focusing on one's own needs and priorities is somehow a very selfish act. So we think in that way. For example, let's say you have appointment to clean your teeth, and you get an invitation to go for to join the game, to watch the game, and if you tell them sorry, I have my own thing, I have my own appointment to clean my teeth, you feel like if you say that, you sound very selfish. Is it selfish to say that you have a prior appointment with your doctor when someone asks you to join them with their to play? No, right? So I think, in most cases, I think one thing that usually happen in us, actually, we think that it is selfish to to focus our own needs, and sometimes we also think that I don't deserve that care. That's the other way we think that I don't deserve that much of care. So, and then we think that actually if we focus more on fulfilling others' needs and and other priorities and helping others, and that is the better way of living. Right? I mean, that's what we learn from many advisors also, right? And everyone is advising us to focus on helping others, definitely. So we think that if you always focus on others' needs and try to help all others without really taking care of oneself, we think that that's a better way of living. But in reality, actually, what's going to happen if you simply only start to care for others, it's not going to be sustainable because very easily you are going to burn out. There'll be a point that you keep doing, keep helping. You don't really take care of your own body, on your health need, your physical need, your mental need. And you don't really take care of that. You simply keep helping. But there'll be a point that you will, collapse, and it's that there'll be burnout, and also ultimately we will also develop kind of resentment because after a while we realize that I'm being asked too much, and nobody cares for me, but I care for everyone, and then you develop that resentment over the time, and then even we can so it's not really. Although we think that it's a better way to focus only on other needs and forgetting of one's own needs, it sounds very nice, but it's not sustainable. It's not in long run going to do. Yes, Nancy.
You have to take care of yourself in order to be able to take care of other people.
Exactly. So self-care is the foundation for caring for others, right? Yeah. So I think
You're feeding everybody and don't eat.
exactly. That's what happened to moms, right? Mothers, right? Usually mothers they are so concerned about others. They keep feeding others and they forget to eat. They forget to eat, right? But that's not going to be practical. That's not going to help in long run. Exactly. I think one way, one understanding that will help us to strike this balance is to understand the difference between selfishness, or maybe being selfish, and maybe being self-care. What is the difference between being selfish and caring for the self? Very interesting, subtle difference. Being selfish and caring for the self, caring for oneself. How you see the difference? Can anyone, if you can help us? You know what to be selfish, right? You know what is meaning of selfish? Yes, Bianca?
Like not sharing something when you have like so much of it.
Yes, and that is being selfish, right? Okay. Then how about self-care or caring for oneself? Yes.
Like going to a doctor's appointment or just dentist appointment.
I mean, canceling the dentist appointment. Right? Yeah. Yeah, maybe I think so. When you have so much and you don't like to share, that is selfish. And the caring for self is that when someone asks, you don't give everything that you have. You give, but you make sure that you keep for yourself what you really need. You give, but at the same time, not forgetting your own needs. So I think one way we can understand that is selfishness is actually about focusing on how much I can get from others, or maybe how much I can get from this situation at the expense of others. That is selfish. But self-care is actually how I can make my needs met. How can I fulfill my needs so that I can be fully available, maybe fully well equipped, that I can be helpful to others. That is self-care. Right? Focus on how I can fulfill my needs, then I will be more able to help others. So in other words, how can I be the best version of myself? Really, how can I be the best version of myself so I look strong, good, and then I can be helpful to others too. So ignoring others' needs is selfishness. Prioritizing one's own needs is self-care. but not ignoring the other's needs, simply prioritizing. That will be an interesting difference. Like ignoring others' needs, don't like complete ignoring what others' needs will be the selfish thing, only focusing on yourself. But self-care is more like prioritizing one's needs at the same time giving some space for others' needs. That will help us to continue to move.
Sometimes it's necessary also, like for example, in airplane, like if you have oxygen, and we always say the parent or the adult first and then the child, because otherwise the child cannot help.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
you have to be responsible to take care of yourself first.
Yeah. So who has actually have you traveled on an airplane? Okay. You remember wearing a mask? All right. Did you wear the mask? No, right. But these days when you go, you have to wear the mask. Yeah. But so I think the putting our own mask first before helping others, right? So that's I think so. We have an interesting story from the Buddhist literature. Actually, not actually story, but actually teaching by the Buddha. The Buddha gave a very interesting example of how to explaining us how to balance self-care and caring for others. This will be the really guiding story principle for us to remember. Have you seen acrobats? Or have you seen circus? Have you seen gymnastics? No? Yes. Have you seen? Have you gone for a game or where did you see gymnastics? Where? In your school?
Gymnastics place near our house.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So because this story is about an acrobat, actually a bamboo acrobat. A bamboo acrobat, using a bamboo pole. So one day Buddha was giving teachings to a group of monks, and he wanted to explain the balancing the self-care and caring for others. And then he suddenly started to tell them a story, tell them a scenario, an example, a simile. Buddha said that once upon a time, monks, a bamboo acrobat, setting himself upon his bamboo pole, addressed his assistants, young girl assistant, "Come, my dear Medaka Talika, and climb up the bamboo pole and stand upon my shoulder." This is in ancient time one form of an acrobat, circus, and this person will have a bamboo pole, and he will be balancing that bamboo pole on his on his shoulder, and then the assistant will climb the bamboo pole and he will be on the top, and she will do all kind of things on the top while this strong man is holding the bamboo pole. That's the kind of acrobat. Okay, the person on the top has to stand on the top of the bamboo, just one bamboo, and the person on the ground has to hold the bamboo pole, making sure that it's balanced and it's stable. So the strong man asked his assistant, who is a young girl, to climb up and then stand upon the bamboo of the shoulder, and then the assistant girl said, "Okay, master," and she climbed up the bamboo pole and then stand on the top. And then this bamboo acrobat, the man, advised his assistant, "You look after me, I look after you. Okay, so you watch me, I will watch you. So this is how we are going to do this game. You look after me, I look after you. Thus, looking after one another, guarding one another, we will show off our craft and receive some payment and safely climb down the bamboo pole without accident." Okay, that was the advice from the master to the girl. Okay, you look on me, I will look on you, and we will look one another. We will look after one another, and then we will be safe. But then the young assistant girl replied, "That will not do at all, my master. That will not do. You look after yourself. I look after myself." That means you make sure that you are balanced, and I will make sure that I'm balanced, right? So you look after yourself, you do your job well, and I will look after myself. By thus with each other, us looking after ourselves, guarding ourselves, not guarding one another, okay? Guarding ourselves, we will show off our craft, receive some payment, safely climb down the bamboo pole. That is the right way to do it. This young assistant said that. So, what do you think? What do you think? Hmm? The one is on the top and one is on the ground. Person saying that you look after me, I look after you, and that's the way to do it. But the young assistant say that, no, I will look after myself, you will look after yourself, and that will be the way to do it. Who do you support? The master or the assistant?
The assistant. The assistant.
Assistant, right? Why do you think the assistant is correct? Why do you think the assistant is correct?
Because they had to look on their own selves.
Yeah. So if they themselves maintain their balance, and that will help, right? And if you're going to worry too much about the other person, that will lose his own balance, right?
So you can imagine one day. Imagine this is not actually a story. This is what happened.
Really, they had this
So
circus.
even these days we experience this kind of thing. So you can imagine that the master, accurate master, he's standing and holding maybe on the bamboo pole.
Big
Now,
bamboo pole.
the lady, the assistant, because maybe she's light weight, so that's why she
can climb and run and
So
When did it happen?
This one happened long time ago when long time ago when our Buddha Sadhu was teaching. But similar things happen even these days too. Have you seen the acrobats? You know, people are like doing all kind of circus kind of things.
Talent America or something like that. You have some shows, right? When they're filming the things like those,
Yes. They may have that. Yes. Yeah. Anyway, so maybe that will be the next item in your list. You can ask your parents to bring you to a circus.
Why not to try at home?
Oh, yeah. Okay. And then yes.
Right now, my husband is home watching the Steelers, which he usually does on Sundays.
Okay.
They're not very good.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw some interview on TV with one of the Steelers saying, the reason we're not good is we're worrying about what the other player is doing instead of what we should be doing. I remember that interview.
Exactly.
And he was saying the very same thing, that I have to focus on my job and do it well and not try to do my partner's job too.
Yeah. That's interesting, yeah.
Very similar.
Very similar. So after giving that, story, and then Buddha addressed monks, just like that assistant made the Katalika, you should, monks, also should also practice mindfulness, and you should practice the establishment of mindfulness, saying that I will look after others. Looking after oneself, by looking after oneself, one looks after others, and looking after others, one looks after oneself. This is interesting statement. Looking after oneself, one looks after others. Can you do that? Looking after oneself, one looks after others. And looking after others, one looks after oneself. And Buddha explained how that can happen. Looking at
I don't understand.
Understand? Yeah, exactly. This is really difficult to understand. So let me read, how the Buddha explained that. How when you look after oneself, how you look after others, right? And when you look after others, how you look after oneself. But the Buddha is saying that when you look after yourself, you actually look after others. And when you look after others, actually you look after yourself. Right? And then Buddha explains, looking after how does one look after others by looking after oneself? By practicing mindfulness, developing it, making it grow. By practicing mindfulness, which means you look after yourself. And then as a result, you will be a good person, then you will definitely help others as a result. Right? So, yes. And the second one, how does one look after oneself by looking after others? By practicing compassion, patience, non-harming, loving kindness, and caring. Patience, non-harming, loving kindness, and caring. So these are the things that you practice for others. Being patient, being non-harming, being caring, being loving kindness to others. That's how you take care of others. But by developing those skills, actually, you are also taking care of yourselves too. So eventually, Buddha is saying that how we can do it in a balanced way. But I think the story of this bamboo acrobat is so helpful for us to always, keep in our mind as a, as a guide for us to continue, our life while maintaining this balance. So I would like to encourage you to find that balance. Again, there's another thing that I really like to highlight here. Sometimes we like to focus on others' problems, to help them to solve their problems as a form of distraction. Because for a lot of people, it is not easy to look at themselves. It's not comfortable. It requires certain courage, certain willingness, certain sense of acceptance to look into one's own self. Many people cannot simply sit with themselves, look into themselves, and see one's own pain, and so see one's own failures, and then handle them. So sometimes people may be taking care of so many others, but they are doing it sometimes as a form of distraction because they don't like to they don't like to look into their own problems and failures. They better help others to solve others' problems. So it can be that. So we really need to think about that. If you are a person who's like a fixer, who's always the leader, it's going out and helping others. Great thing, great thing, like a bodhisattva. But just we have to reflect a little bit. Am I doing it while I'm taking care of myself? Am I doing it while really paying attention to what's going in my mind? Am I really paying attention to the pain that I have in my mind? Am I paying attention to the weaknesses that I have? Because sometimes we may help others as a form of distraction, like not have enough courage to look into ourselves. So we need to remember that. Anyway, so I'm going to give you a few guidelines how to strike this balance, which is very difficult, but our goal is try to be closer to the middle point. We may not be right at the middle point, but the closer we can go there, easier for us to continue our life in a peaceful way. So these are the few guidance I can give you. One is definitely time. Allocate your time, maybe divide your time to yourself and to others, and make sure that you have time for others, time to listen to others, time to take care of others' needs, and also a time to take care of your own needs. So it could be you divide your days in the week, that some days you pay more attention to take care of others, and other days you pay more attention to take care of your own needs. So you can have your own off day, so to speak. Your own day. Maybe even in the day that at least an hour or two that you allocate for your own care for yourself, and you also making sure that you also take care of, you pay attention to others' needs too. So in terms of time, looking at the time, and for most people, you will think that we don't have enough time to, to fulfill all the others' needs and also fulfill my needs too. I mean, that's one common thing that we experience. We don't have enough time to do all these things. And that is why we kind of sacrifice our own needs and, take care of others. Because the first thing to go out of the list is one's own needs and priorities. But I think there's also another thing we have to remember, that we really have to be careful how we spend our day. Sometimes the reason that we don't have enough time to do both is not really we don't have time, but without our knowing, we spend our time unnecessarily for a lot of unuseful things. Right? You really have to think about like how many hours you spend in front of the TV.
Or on the phone.
Oh yeah, these days not even the TV, right? How many hours? I mean, of course you have to, but just think about how many useful hours you are spending. So these days we have so many other distractions. Maybe news can be a distraction. Of course we have to we have to get the basic information. But there are many things, social media, many things will take our time, and then of course we don't have time to have a genuine self-care. So we need to think about that. But anyway, so really allocate time. Have a specific, in terms of organizing our day or organizing our week, making sure that we have time for oneself and also time for others. The other one would be actually, this will be, how you organize your house. Allocate a private space at your home. This will be a little challenging. Like at least some corner for yourself. It's really important. We have a space at home. Maybe a closet, yeah. Yeah, at least even Bante, if you have a closet, that whenever you need a break, you have to have some space. So like just like you organize your time, we also need to like allocate space. Because once you have that space, that's more like a refuge. That's where you will go. So I know that some many men they use the basement as safe haven. And even some men actually yes.
If you need to go to a doctor's appointment, is it sometime like if you're late, you need to like if you want to like go on a different time,
Yeah.
you could type.
You have to like tell them. You can tell them in advance, right? Is this what you're going to say then? If you're late or if you have something else, have you done that before? Like you have the doctor's appointment, then you got we have to go somewhere else, and you inform them that you're not coming. But you are just giving the suggestion, right? Yeah, thank you. So she has been thinking about that, Yeah, thank you. Thank you, for that suggestion, yeah. So you can manage that appointment, yes. Yes. And so it's some men actually use the restroom as their private space. Once they go there, they don't come out for a long time. But that is the most secure place. Nobody's going to disturb them, and you can be there and do your thing and have some rest, and there'll be no noise, and then there'll be no complaining or whatever. You just spend your own personal time there. But of course, so I think for both men and female, I don't know about the ladies. Do you have such a like a unofficial private space at your home? Like for the men, it's like a basement and restroom. How about ladies? No, yeah. What do you use? What is the space unofficial space that you use?
We have 3 bedrooms and there's only the 2 of us, so we each have our own room.
Okay, yeah. No, I mean, yeah. I mean, in general, is there any? Yeah, the men have somehow found this, basement or maybe the restroom, but not necessarily, But I think it's really important. Just like you say that if you have extra room, it's important that you have, some kind of space, yeah, a space for, when you want to feel, when you want to be by yourself.
I don't want to go in his room.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. The
She shed, that's it.
Yeah, I do have a shed
The
too.
she shed.
Yep.
There was a trend that you take your outdoor
she
shed and
shed,
put it
yeah.
into the
Okay, yeah.
first space.
Space, yeah.
I have a she shed.
Okay. Okay, the next one will be actually always evaluating our capacity in terms of our time, in terms of our physical strength, and also in terms of our finance. When someone asks a help, and someone make a request to you, always evaluate whether I have time for it, whether I have enough strength to do it, whether I have enough, financial resources to do it. Just evaluate our own resources before you say yes. We have this tendency to say yes all the time, and that is also one of the the tendencies that I try to correct. I try to balance in myself too, but whenever we get a request, before you say yes, we really have to make sure to evaluate our available time resources.
In that case, I can remember a little story.
Okay.
In school,
Yeah.
in school, there was a teacher. Teacher likes to teach students very well. After she get married, she delivered a child.
Okay.
After, normally, they receive 3 months of period after
Of yeah, like off period, right? Maternity leave.
Maternity leave.
Leave. Yeah.
Since she likes to teach students, uh, she asked asked principal. She said, "I like to teach my students, so I no need 3 months of period."
Oh, you doesn't need maternity leave.
Maternity
Oh.
leave, yes. But
Principals would love to have such teachers.
yes, at that occasion, principal said, "No, you don't want to come. How do you? How are you going to teach? How are you going to take care of kids? Instead of taking care of your own kid,
kids.
how do you
Do
give
it.
priority?
Yeah.
So give the priority your own
Own
kid.
kid.
After that, you should think the students of the school.
Yeah.
So in that case, Bhante, you mentioned the capacity.
Yeah, whether she has time, they have energy, physical strength, right? And yeah, definitely. Yes. So sometimes we may feel like helping, but sometimes we have to be practical and then evaluate whether we have enough time. Yeah. I think whenever we cannot, it's okay to say no. Because it allows the other person, it's being honest, and also it allows the other person to like find other resources, and then if we take care of our own needs, and we'll be kind of refreshed, and next time whenever that person needs a help, we'll be able to go with our full energy, because we will not be exhausted. Otherwise, if we keep helping, we may be available to everyone, but not the full version of ourselves. It will be like a burnout person. So you're not really helping anyone real improperly, right? So in that way, actually, it's not a bad thing to sometimes say no. So it's also related, like setting up boundaries. How much we can dedicate for others. And of course, we have heard enough about being kind to others. Being loving and caring for others, and being forgiven to others. But at the same time, we also should, bring the same amount of love, same amount of forgiving for ourselves too. It's really important that we forgive ourselves. We have that kindness. Most of the time we are very kind, very gentle to everyone else. We are not that gentle to ourselves. you know we are quite okay if someone has done a mistake. We kind of okay, but if you happen to have done a mistake, you are not gentle with yourself. You self-blame, try to self-punish. And then, yeah, I think that's where we really need to think about, because because no one is perfect. You just have to look at yourself as one of the living beings, just like anyone else. And this, I mean, just accept the imperfection, imperfect nature. That's common. It's common for everyone, and everyone is doing the mistakes. Everyone has weaknesses, and everyone has failed. So our own failure is not a unique thing. It's not only about me. It happens to everyone. This time it happens to me. Okay, yeah. So just be kind and say, okay, I forgive myself, but I give another chance to myself. And so the really important point is actually, be a little bit kind to ourselves, and then recognizing that these failures and mistakes are not done by only by ourselves. It's common. Many millions of people have done the same mistakes. Many millions of people have also failed. So therefore, be kind and give yourself another chance. Yeah. The one other important thing is actually in balancing this, actually not feeling responsible for others' suffering. These are very important. Not feel responsible for others' suffering. But remember, I didn't say that don't feel empathetic or compassionate to others' suffering. Okay, it's all two different things. We have to be compassionate. We have to be empathetic to others' suffering, definitely. But feeling responsible for others' suffering and pain is completely a different thing. We are not in a position to feel responsible to others' suffering. In some cases, we may have played a role in it, maybe, but not fully responsible, because suffering at the end is actually a personal experience, and everybody doesn't suffer the same way, and everyone has their own tendencies, their own way of interpreting things. So therefore, so let's say you have said some word, you have a conversation, so a certain word hurt someone. Okay, yes, you have to be accountable to the word that you said, but how much suffering that person is going through is not completely your fault. You have a role there, but the other person's way of interpreting things, how the other person is, taking it. It's that person's patterns and habits and reaction. So we have to be accountable to our words, but we cannot take full responsibility of other person's suffering. So this can really a lot of burdens on us. We know that so many other people around us, maybe they're not doing the best way, they're not doing really well, they are suffering, you don't feel like helping, you help, but not helping is not really working. Don't feel responsible for that. Each one has their own karma. Each one has their own habits. We all have to go our own journey. Others can only help. So we as a normal individual, because you are not a superpower. So as an individual, normal human being, we cannot be fully responsible for the suffering. While we can be part of it if we are not mindful, not kind enough, we are not careful of what we say and do. And we have to be compassionate, empathetic also, but not take the whole burden. The last one is not being hesitant to ask help when you're in trouble. We have a big resistance or hesitance to ask help. Like say others, like share your pain, share your suffering with others. You try to fix it by yourself, not asking help. Whenever you are sad, you have to tell it to others. Whenever you are sad, to whom you tell?
My mother.
My mother. Very good. Say that when you are sad and pain, you have some trouble, to whom you say it?
My dad.
Oh, your dad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that please continue to do that. Okay? Sildar, please continue to do that. When you're slowly growing little bit bigger and bigger and bigger, at some point you feel like not telling him your troubles. Okay? I'm telling you now. Okay. When you have that feeling, don't follow that feeling. Just share with him. No matter how big you are. When you're slowly reaching, a little bit bigger and bigger, and we have that feeling that, I should tell my friends, not to my father. I'll be trouble if I say that. But they are not going to give us any trouble. So please continue to do that. Yeah. When you have a trouble, when you have any issue with your friends or in school or trouble, when you feel sad, with whom you share your sadness?
Mom or dad.
Your dad. Yes.
Also to my parents.
Your parents. Okay. So let's say someone made a bad remark on you at the school or something. You come and tell them. Can you think about a sad moment that you had recently?
Somebody said I cry like a baby.
Oh, you cry like a baby. Yeah. That hurt a lot, right? So did you come and tell your parents? Yeah. So what did you do to that person when you go back to school next day?
I'm going to say, can you please don't say I cry like a baby?
Baby. Yes. Yes. You can say that. That's very good. Yeah. Thank you. So please continue to come and share your suffering with your parents. Okay. Don't disturb them. And also for adults, I think they are sharing, but as adults, we have this tendency to keep it for ourselves. I think we should not be afraid to ask help and reach others, reach our family, friends, and of course you have monks here. And don't be afraid to reach us when we are going through a trouble and problem and suffering. It's really important to reach out and don't and ask help, and that will help us a lot to self care and then caring for others. So I hope that you remember the story of the bamboo acrobat, and you remember that that's a story directly from the Buddha. There's so much wisdom in there, and I hope that that will guide you to balance your self care and caring for others. Self care is the foundation for caring for others. We just have to find the balance, and let's try to be closer to the middle point. We are somewhere in that spectrum. Let's try our best to come close to the middle point, and that way we can continue our continue. I mean it is sustainable. That lifestyle is going to be sustainable. Yeah. Thank you everyone for listening. And maybe now it is the question time. Ella, are you going? Okay. Thank you. Yeah. So how you go back? You need the ride?
That's self-care.
Exactly, right there. Yeah. Okay. Any questions? If you have any questions, now it's time. Maybe any discussion, any addition, any sharing. Yeah. Those who are joining our YouTube, we can also ask you questions using the chat. Chat option over there. Yes. So, any sharing? Any questions? Yes, repeat.
So is it okay to say that when you prioritize your needs, that's self-care, but when you prioritize your wants, that you could be going towards more
Oh, that's a good way of putting. So distinguishing needs and wants. Yeah, needs more like a physical needs, a what you really need, right? So wants will be like secondary needs.
Right.
Yeah, more indulgence.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, because I think sometimes we think that self-care. We think that self-care is indulging. So let's say if so people think that if you go for what do you say? A spa, yeah. And I mean that's okay, but I'm saying that people think that indulging is the self-care. I think we are missing very important. I mean, indulging is okay, but I think really deep, real self-care is not necessarily indulging. It's more like growing, re-energizing, right? Developing more wisdom. Sometimes indulgence can make you more tired. Yeah. Any sharing or questions? Okay. I think anyone has, as an idea of the the middle ground thing. Yeah. Okay. So in that case, we can conclude with a short meditation and chanting. Okay. So maybe we will stand up for a while and relax, and then we can sit down, and then we do a short meditation, and then we do the chanting. Okay, can you keep place your gift somewhere and then free your hands? All the children, can you come a little bit forward over here? So please keep the gift somewhere at the corner. Okay, okay, let's stand up for a while. Okay, please come to the floor because we want to feel our feet. Okay, relax your hands, and can you balance the weight of your body? Don't lean to one foot. Just balance the weight of your body. Try to feel the both feet. Relax your hands. Let us bring our full attention to our feet. Let us feel how our heels are pressed against the floor. Can you feel your heels? Can you feel the heels, how they are pressed against the floor? Just feel it. Then bring your whole attention to the front part and see whether you can feel any of your toes. Your tippy toes. See whether you can feel them. Maybe not all tippy toes, maybe few of them you can feel. And then relax your both hands, let them hang by themselves. And take a moment to feel the fingers. And sometimes we can feel the flow of the blood in our fingers, pulsations. Just feel them. Let us be in our body, right here and now, nowhere else, but here in our body. With this awareness of the body, we will now slowly, it will take time, very slowly sit down. We are going to sit down without making any sound. Let's try our best to sit down without making a sound. Very carefully, mindfully. We'll have a very short few minutes meditation in this portion. Try to sit properly, keeping your upper body upright. Resting your palms on your lap, keeping your right hand on the top of your left hand, and bringing your two thumbs together, touching each other. Keeping your chin straight, somewhat parallel to the earth. In this nice posture, we will listen to the sound of the bell. We are going to listen until the very end of the sound. See whether you can stay focused until the very end of the sound. We will take a few minutes to genuinely wish well-being to ourselves. We just realized that self-care is the foundation for caring for others too. Let us take a moment to just to feel our body and mind and make a genuine wish of well-being to this whole body and mind. And this body needs attention. This body needs care. This body is always helping us. All the organs and systems of this body are helping us all the time. Our lungs, our heart, and all other organs and systems are working for us day and night. At this moment, let us appreciate all of them and genuinely wish well-being, healing to this whole body. Feel your body. You can bring your attention to your forehead and try to feel that part of the body. And then you can bring your attention to your chest and feel that part of the body. And move into the belly area and feel that part too. And then feel in the whole back area, where you feel your clothes in the back. And with this attention, make a genuine wish. May this whole body be well, be healthy, be healed. Repeat these words in your mind. May this whole body be well, be healthy, be healed. Let us make a nice wish to our mind too. Just take a moment to observe the general nature of the mind. Just notice the condition of the mind right now. Right now, we may have a calmer, little bit uplifted mind, but sometime underneath, we may have some disappointments, some pains, or some sense of inadequate about ourselves. Just recognize those disappointments, pains, sometimes even feeling of embarrassment. Let's simply have a sense of acceptance and forgiveness to ourselves. We cannot be perfect at all times. We can only be good at many times. We can be perfect occasionally, but we can't be perfect all the time. Let us have a sense of forgiveness, acceptance, and make a nice wish to this mind to relieve all these pains and burdens and disappointments with gentleness acceptance. Let us make a wish. May this whole mind be relaxed. May this whole mind be at ease. May this whole mind be peaceful. Just repeat after me in your mind. May this whole mind be relaxed. May this whole mind be at ease. May this whole mind be peaceful. With this attitude of caring, compassion to ourselves, let us now expand that care and compassion to all others. Let us make a nice wish for all others. During this holiday period, everyone is trying to take care of each other. Everyone is trying to have joy, celebration in their lives. Let us make a wish for all those people to have the best time in life, have the highest joy in their life. Let us make a nice wish. May all people who may be suffering be free from suffering. May all people who may be joyful be able to maintain their joy. May all people be well, be happy, be peaceful. Let us expand this wish beyond people to all other beings. May all living beings, including animals, from large animals to tiny animals, let us think about all of them and wish them the best. All the large animals like elephants, hippos, and the medium-sized animals like deer, and the small ones like chipmunks. May all these animals, big or small, be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. May all living beings, all forms of life in this world, each and every living organism, without exception, be well, be well, be well, be peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. Gently come out of your meditation. Gently put your palms together and place them against your chest. Let us take a moment to feel grateful for this opportunity to have meditation in our life. Let us feel grateful to our Supreme Buddha, our great teacher who gave us such wonderful teachings to us. Let us feel grateful to all teachers in the past, all the enlightened masters in the past who passed this wisdom from generation to generation. Let us feel grateful to anyone who helped our meditation right now, and even to other non-living things which help our meditation, including this bell, this cushion, this chair, and this device that help us to connect to meditation from home. With deep gratitude, let us say sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now monks are going to chant, wishing you all well-being, happiness and peace. You can put your palms together and make a nice wish for this time and for your family and everyone. And we will chant, may your good wishes come true. May you all receive the blessings of the great compassion of the Buddha, and may you all receive the blessings of the loving kindness that we are generating, and the blessings of the vibration that we are creating. By the power of these blessings, may you all be well, be strong, be healthy, and be peaceful. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Mahakaruniko nato idaya sambhapaninam poretva parami sambha panto sangodhi muttamang etena sajja vanjena oto te jaya mangalang jayanto bodhiyamuli sakyanam nandi vandano evam tuyam jayo tu jaya jaya mangalang sankatva buddha ratanang osadang uttamang varang itang deva manutsanang buddha tejena sottina nasanto padva sabbe dukkha upasamintu te sankatva dhammā ratanang osadang uttamang varang parila upasamanang dhamma tejena sottina nasanto padva sabbe bhaya upasamintu te sankatva sankaratanang osadang uttamang varang ahuniyang pauniyang sangate jena sottina nasanto padva sabbe roga upasamintu te angking chiratanang loke vidyate vividha putu ratanang buddha samannati tasma sotti bhavantu te angking chiratanang loke vidyate vividha putu ratanang dhamma samannati tasma sotti santi bhavantu te yan kinche ratanang loke vinyati vividha putu ratanang sangha samannati tasma santi bhavantu te nati mi saranang anyang buddho mi saranang varang etena sanca vanjena hotu te jaya mangalang nanti me saranang anyang dhammo me saranang varang etena sanca vanjena hotu te jaya mangalang nanti me saranang anyang sangho me saranang varang etena sanca vanjena hotu te jaya mangalang sammitiyo vivanjantu sambarogu vinasatu mate bhavat pantarayo sake digayuko bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavene sada santi bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavene sada santi bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba sanghanubhavene sada santi bhavantu te. Thank you very much for coming to our Christmas gathering. It's such a great honor and delight to have you all, and I really want to thank especially for these 2 months for working so hard to prepare our meal. And also, can you see the beautiful tree behind? Yes, yes. You know who put that tree? Yeah. So it's no, right? Yeah. So
You?
not me, and not me, but
You?
yes,
And you.
so thank you very much for it's a beautiful trees. I also want to thank our volunteer who actually prepared this Buddhamas ornaments, right, Bante? Yeah. So although you see 2 trees, they are not the same tree, and one tree is the Christmas tree, and other tree is which one? Yeah, close. The other tree is
A Buddha tree?
Buddhamas tree.
Buddha tree.
Yes, exactly. So can your challenge is to recognize which one is a Christmas tree, which one is a Buddhamas tree. You have to go close and recognize the difference. Yes.
So easy. Santa's part of Christmas. There's no Santa on there, so this is Christmas.
Yes, exactly. So those Buddhamas ornaments are specially made and gifted to us, and we really appreciate our volunteer and everyone. And thank you very much for again, and really nice to have you. And at the end of the year, we have a highlight for you. So we have a special monk traveling from Sri Lanka. Is one of the most sought after Dhamma speakers in Sri Lanka, and is visiting the US. So we managed to invite him to come to our center. So he'll be coming from Washington DC, right, Bante? And then right after that, he will be going back to New Jersey. So on 28th, which is a Wednesday evening, we will have a Dhamma talk by him. He comes with a translator. So you'll be able to listen to a special Dhamma talk on that day, on 28th Wednesday So please remember to attend to that. We will send out an email too.
That is especially for.
That is especially for our American friends because that talk will be given in English. And then on 30th, which is the Friday, we have the opportunity to meet that monk for all the others. And if you like to come, have some meditation practice and some discussion, you can come in the morning or in the afternoon, but especially at 7 o'clock. Everyone say 7 o'clock in the
Friday
evening.
is a special day.
Yeah.
So
30th Friday, yeah.
so
At 7 o'clock.
That is in Sinhala language for our
Yeah.
Sri Lankan people.
Yeah, at 7 o'clock we will have a Sinhala Dhamma talk and a discussion by that monk and his most venerable Kotmale Kumara Kassapa Thero, and he will come here. And so remember the Friday. That's a it's a very good opportunity for all of us to meet such a monk. And we invite you all to be part of that Friday gathering, but that is going to be in Sinhala, but also on Wednesday evening. 20th.
Yeah, in Friday in the morning, if you are free, anyone
can come. Anytime. Yes, if you're free in the morning on the Friday and the afternoon, you can have more personal, some sessions, with him. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you, and please come to have blessing his strength. Yes.
No,